people, and welcome to Great British Bakes in Ruth's Kitchen. This episode, we are going to make a Victoria sandwich cake, which was featured in the first episode. Now, the measurements for this one are all based on the weight of your eggs. So we are going to start by weighing 3 eggs. The recipe on the Great British Bakes website calls for 3 medium eggs. I could not find medium eggs. So we're going with about 200 grams, and we are going to measure out our sugar and our flour and our butter based on that ingredient or that measurement. Then we are going to grease and line our cake pans because this is a very important step to making sure your cake pops out. Should be, at least. So make sure to get all of the edges and the crevices. And we'll talk about this later because I had some cake faux pas. A little disappointing. Sorry, this is not an exciting step. It just isn't. And then we are going to cut our parchment down to size. Mine is not actually to size. Make sure it is. We'll talk about that later too. I did trim it a little bit right here. Just not quite as much as I should have. Maybe I should have also cut a bit of this part out, but I don't want to go back and edit it again. So we are going to make it just a little bit shorter and stick it in the pie pan, cake pan. I lied. We only have this much parchment paper left. So I guess this one is going to be without parchment paper, and we're going to see. Okay, now we are going to start by beating our softened butter until it gets a creamy mayonnaise-like texture. Their words, not mine. It was just a little over 1.5 sticks of butter, or, yeah. I didn't write down how much butter it came out to, but it's 200 grams, and it's gonna take a little bit to beat. So we're just gonna speed that up because this is boring to watch. And I am going to scrape it off the paddle and off the sides just to make sure that everything is actually getting mixed together like I want it to. And then we are going to ignore the next part of this direction because I apparently did not read it properly. Instead of adding the sugar here, we're going to crack the eggs. Yep. In Rome, ancient Rome, they would actually use eggs sometimes as a divination tool. I have no idea how to read eggs, sorry. But we're going to beat them with a fork, and then this is not an interesting thing to watch. Hold on. Okay, so once the eggs are beaten, we are going to add a little bit of vanilla. I think it was like a tablespoon. Yeah, I added a tablespoon of vanilla in there, and we are going to whisk it together. So much whisking, I'm sorry. Just really want well incorporated eggs, because I'm going to read this directly from the recipe so you don't think I'm lying here. Gradually add to the butter mixture a tablespoon at a time, beating well after each addition and scraping down the sides of the bowl from time to time. If the mixture looks like it might be splitting or curdling rather than appearing smooth and creamy, stir in a tablespoon of the flour with each of the last 2 additions of egg. We are adding this egg a tablespoon at a time, and yes, it was mind-numbing, and I still don't after finishing this cake, after eating it, after enjoying it, I still don't understand why it had to be a tablespoon at a time. Mary Berry, please tell me why. Please explain. That's all I need. Just explain. Now you will notice that my butter does start to separate because I did not read the directions earlier. This is entirely my fault. And it is here where I realized that I did not read the directions earlier, and I was supposed to add the sugar earlier. So we are going to just toss in, I think I toss in a quick tablespoon of sugar, which helps to bring this all together again. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of sugar until it starts to look fine. Maybe I already added the remaining egg and I missed it when I was talking, and you guys caught it. Anyways, egg. And then we move on to the flour. I'm not going to add this painstakingly slowly. I did sift it before I added it in here. When I was measuring it, I sifted. And so I'm just going to add this in about half of the flour at a time. I promise there were whirring sounds. I just really hate listening to them. So I turned them off for you guys. Alright, and this is like the most beautiful cake batter I've ever seen. At this point, it is smelling like birthday cake. It is amazing. Like when you order birthday cake ice cream, this is the smell. I'm sorry I can't make you smell it, but it's just this beautiful velvety texture, and I definitely think I'm going to be baking this cake again. I'm probably using it for tons of things. And then we're going to divide the batter equally between two cake pans that we prepared earlier. Super exciting stuff. I'm sure you've never seen this before. So, can you see those little wrinkles? This is some major foreshadowing. Major foreshadowing. Regrets. I'm trying to even it out here. That's what the banging is for. There was entirely a reason, I promise. And then we're gonna put it in the other pan. Super exciting. I'm tasting it, and it does in fact taste like birthday cake, I guess. And it's going to go into a 375-degree oven. I don't remember what that is in Celsius right now, but it goes in there, and we are going to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. And I think this one actually did only take about 20 to 25 minutes. Went to try out my cakes, and the pan without parchment paper had a little problem. So I guess it does make a bit of a difference. This one obviously came out a little easier, but also because the parchment is too big. Got some, it's gonna take a minute. Okay, it didn't actually take that long, but we also have like a little bit on the bottom. Is this just like a Victoria sponge thing? Anyways, I'm gonna let these cool a little bit more, and then we will add the jam and the confectioner's sugar and try it out. There really isn't a whole lot to this. We don't even have to take the tops off. I'm using Bon Maman jam. and raspberry flavor. The show did use pre-made jam for this season. They did not have to make their own. It also did not use the cream, so I'm choosing not to use it here. And then we're gonna just make a sandwich out of it. What a concept. And I'm gonna use this tiny little triangular sifter thing that I have to add the confectioner sugar on top. And I make a lovely mess out of it. But what is baking without a little bit of mess? And there it is, a beautiful mess. But I do clean this up and come back to take a slice because I do want to try this one on camera because I'm not sharing it with anyone this time. So there we go. I don't know if the jam is supposed to leak out like that, but I'm not too mad at it. Got a little bit of slide here, but overall, it's a very moist cake. I kind of wish I'd put a little bit more jam on there, but also, I think if I did, it'd be a bit more slippery. Maybe the cream would help. It's too much powdered sugar all in one bite. Ultimately, it just kind of tastes like a yellow cake, a birthday cake, but very easy to make. Can I give this forks? 10 out of 10 forks? 5 out of 5 forks? I don't know. I don't think I'm getting Star Baker for this slippaging. But season 1 didn't have Star Baker anyways, so I think that's okay. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Hit that like button, whatever it is YouTubers say. And come back for more baking, hopefully at a regular interval.